Welcome to another interesting edition of Let's Talk Football, the most talk about football show on social media. On Let's Talk Football, we look at the issues surrounding the most passionate game in the world, football. We dissect the money in football, the action and the controversy all around the game of football. I remain your anchor, Wale Adebayo, saying fasten your seatbelt, relax as we talk football. So, finally the decision has been made. Kylian Mbappe will stay at Paris Saint-Germain for up to another 3 years. Up until the day before the news of his decision emerged, neither his current club nor suitors Real Madrid knew exactly what was going to happen. He had reached agreement with both of them some time ago, something confirmed by his mom and one of his representatives, Faisal Lamari, on Friday. Nothing had been signed, but the times were all set and news were buzzing, rumors were rife that Kylian Mbappe was going to Real Madrid. Both clubs were willing to pay £126 million as a sign-on fee for a 23-year-old, and both accepted he will have the majority of his image rights and a wage of £34 million. Wow, that is mouth-watering. And then on Friday, after the last game of the season against Real Betis, Real Madrid president Florentino Perez informed his club players in the Bernabeu changing rooms that Mbappe would not be joining. That was shocking. Real Madrid had long been hopeful they would sign the France World Cup winner this summer, and they were really confident this would be the culmination of the flirtation that started when Mbappe burst on the scene in the Monaco era when they reached the Champions League final in 2017. Even when Mbappe chose PSG then, his people insisted that Real Madrid would be his final destination. So the big question is, what changed? We went to the street to ask football fans if they think Kylian Mbappe's decision to stay back at PSG is the right one, or will he left to read this decision in the future? Let's hear from the fans. And when we come back, we'll dissect more on this Kylian Mbappe issue.
Personally, we all can just keep saying if it's the right decision or not, but only time will tell. 2-3 seasons from now, what he achieves with PSG would make us know if he made the right decision. But for me, I think he's not a child, and he must have taken his time to make that decision. And what can Real Madrid offer him that PSG can offer him should be the question. In terms of money, PSG was able to match it. In terms of winning trophies, I think PSG have the money to build a team that can eventually win that Champions League that they are looking for. And when he wins the Champions League, maybe he stands a big chance of winning Ballon d'Or. You understand? So for me, I think he made the right decision, if you ask me. Staying at PSG, obviously they must have, given him assurance that we'll build the squad to a level that can, give you the success you want. And you have a squad with Neymar and Messi. It can't get better than that. So for me, I'll say it's the right decision.
Well, for me, it's not a good decision to stay at PSG. You have to move on, to go to another club, a bigger club that's bigger than PSG. Because they have stayed long for PSG. You have to go to Real Madrid or something like Chelsea, Real Madrid, a big club that can achieve Champions League. Because many players are moving on to go and win profit. So like Thiago Silva left PSG, he came to Chelsea and won Champions League with other team again. That's a good decision.
As I can say, Mbappe is a fine player. The decision is left for him. He's old enough to decide for himself. Wherever he goes to, he's old enough to decide for himself. So I don't think that can be an issue.
For him to stay for PSG is wrong. It's wrong decision. They have moved to that Madrid because Madrid is a better position. What can he do? As a young guy, when Mbappe it's a right decision for him to go Madrid because now that place to be able to achieve a career or whatever.
Yes, I was aware. I heard when they were talking about Mbappe not ready to move from PSG, but Mbappe is old enough to take decision for himself. We don't know. Some people might have talked to him to remain in PSG. So he has not taken any wrong decision. Though there's money in PSG, and there's fame in Real Madrid. But he's old enough to take decision for himself.
Welcome back. You've heard from the fans. Some believe this is his personal decision. Some believe he's old enough to make decision. How do I say? He might live to reach this decision in the future. Let's Talk Football dug deep and with additional investigation from L'Equipe magazine concluded that these 4 factors may have swayed his decision to backtrack on joining Real Madrid and staying on with PSG. 1. PSG handed him a £650 a week deal. That is £34 million a year pay packet. The same thing Real Madrid was also ready to offer. He also got 126 million and sign-on bonus from PSG, while Real Madrid was willing to offer just £120 million. What actually swayed the deal is also one factor, that PSG agreed that it was going to have substantial control of its lucrative image rights. In this case, Real Madrid were only willing to offer him 50%. Also, PSG promised to overhaul the club in a bid to do his bidding. Also, while his mom and dad are his closest advisors and deal with his affairs, with the close help of lawyer Delphine Veradin, ultimately the decision was completely up to him. Also, the political angle rears its head. You can't take away football from politics. The link between this year's Qatar World Cup and the Qatari owners of PSG is a clear one. The pressure from Qatar has gone to the political authorities in France, and even French President Emmanuel Macron got involved in putting pressure on Mbappe to stay. Personally, on this show, we feel he's still young, and his age is not an issue because at 23, he knows he can stay a couple of years at PSG, probably help them win the elusive Champions League trophy, then probably go to Madrid or any club of his choice to have 5 or 6 years there at absolute peak. But the question is, even if he goes to Real Madrid in the near future, will Real Madrid fans forgive and forget his last-minute humiliation? Only time will tell. To you, our fans out there, what do you think? Do you think Kylian Mbappe want to stay back at PSG is the right one, or it will be left to Real is this in the future? Just as a promise, Let's Talk Football now is on YouTube channel. You can watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel on Let's Talk Football. Drop your comments on burning football issues as discussed on this show. Let's Talk Football is a YouTube channel. Also, you can follow and like us on Enflux Visual on Instagram for more edition of Let's Talk Football. Sign out on this edition. I leave you with the word that says, whatever you know how to do, keep doing it. Don't give up. Do it to the best of your ability. On this show, we know how to talk football, and we'll keep talking football on Let's Talk Football. See you on the next episode of Let's Talk Football. I remain your anchor, Wale Adebayo. Say, God bless you and catch you on the other side.